Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Dancing with the Doctors 2018. Please welcome to the stage the Master of Ceremonies for tonight's event from WMOA Radio, Johnny Wharff. How many people have been here all 3 years? Guess I better not repeat any jokes then, right? This is my 3rd year as well, and I feel very blessed to have been asked to be a part of this. I came down here earlier today just to stand on an empty stage and with an empty house, so that I had a full appreciation for what it was like when this place is full. And so it was really nice, not quite as nice as it is now, but I thought I was by myself, so I was up here on stage, and I was kind of going over some things, and I heard like a sound from row 8 or H or whatever it is out there, and it was dark, so I went down there, and there was this dude laying out there, like across 4 chairs. He looked like he'd been in his cups a little bit. And so I said, hey buddy, you might want to get out of here. We got a big show tonight. And where did you come from? And he said, the balcony. So I only, be careful. And I apologize for the glare up there. They asked me if I wanted makeup downstairs, and I'm like, I'm not really a makeup guy, but I should have had them done a little extra face on top so that I'm always looking up and out at the same time. Hoverboard, my wife says, not the best idea you've ever had. And I thought, well, if something goes wrong, at least it won't be hard to find a doctor, right? But like our dancers tonight, I needed a little bit of help, and so I would like to thank my daughter who's in the crowd tonight. Sailor Wharff was my teacher on the hoverboard. How am I doing, honey? Oh, jeez. That is not funny. I'm really a child of the slinky era, so they don't make them anymore. Not the real ones, not the real steel metal ones that I liked. But I do know some people that are kind of like slinkies to me. They're really not worth much of anything at all, but they're still fun to push down the steps and watch them go end over end. So I asked my daughter about this hoverboard, because hoverboards, Xboxes, and fidget spinners, I don't really get it. I just don't get that stuff. I'm like a slinky, twister, jacks, marbles, and jarts. Do you remember jarts? The big pointy end? And so I wanted to do something to impress my daughter right out of the gate. And it's not, I don't dance. I'm a pretty average hoverboarder, but so have you ever seen this bottle flipping? They flip the bottles and they try to land the bottle. It just drives me nuts. They sit around and flip bottles and try to land them, right? And I said I would never do that, but I lied, because when I was down here by myself today, I tried it, and I landed it, and I cannot lie about it, because there is no other way that it could end up where it ended up, and I know I'm going to get in trouble, because it might be there for the rest of the history of this place, but I got it right out here. And I would only add to my daughter, take that. You've been served. So we have what I would consider real entertainment tonight. They are dancing doctors, and before I need one of them, I'm going to get off this thing, and oh, she didn't teach me how to get off of it. I'm going to get off this thing and bring out the proprietor of McDonald's, Lori Strawler. That wasn't it. It was entirely. That's all right. I'm all right. enough that I didn't mean to do that, and you get Devaki Siva had to catch me, so that made it even worse, but she's okay too. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing ever happens until it gets started. This was started by Laurie, and we thank her for that, and she'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. I hope he's all right. You didn't see what happened back there. Thank you. I hope you all have had a dream come true, because this is one of those for me. It began as a wild idea many years ago, and the response of this community to support the Dancing Docs and of course Ronald McDonald House Charities has been epic. An event like this takes many, many good-hearted people. My family, friends, Johnny, this would not be a show without Johnny, right? The generous sponsors who donated money and services so we could be here in this beautiful theater. Please help us thank them when you see them, and especially to the docs, who have been very competitive, secretive, and a pleasure to work with. The instructors, and most of all, to Brian Anderson. Brian works tirelessly helping me put this event together, is in charge of the fantastic team of instructors, and his day job is running my business office for McDonald's of Marietta. Thank you, Brian.
Lord, I think that we shared a little bit last year, and yet it continues to come up that some folks, and you all have been here, most of you have been here before, and you know that this is Dancing with the Docs, but we continue to hear from people that think it is Dancing with the Dogs, okay? And so, how do you answer that question? I mean...
I don't know, it's so hard, you just can't believe how many people think we're saying dogs.
So last week, I think it was the Humane Society, and they had the little dogs down here, and I thought it might become part of this, and it might in the future.
Oh,
but
yeah.
What do you call a dog with no legs?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter, he's not going to come to you anyway, right? Or you could call him cigarette and take him out for a drag every night. All right, that's Tell me about tonight's cause is the Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about that? That's probably would be better to talk about that.
Yeah. I'll try to do that. Our charity, Ronald McDonald House Charities, has touched many lives. This year we wanted to share our proceeds with two houses, Columbus and Charleston. Because in 2017, 188 families from our community stayed at these houses to find comfort and love when they needed it most. In 2016, Dancing with the Dogs raised $49,000 for the Charleston House, which was being built at the time. And I'm very proud to say that because of your donations, not only is it complete and beautiful, but we have 2 rooms there named after Dancing with the Dogs. You also have made a tremendous difference by donating your change to Ronald McDonald House Charities. Last year, at the 4 Marietta McDonald's alone, you put your change in our RMHC canisters. This is shocking. It gave a total of $12,640. Let's watch what a difference we can make.
517 is your change. This is for years ago. Okay. And 646. Thank you.
The day I found out about Emily's diagnosis, I went in for a routine ultrasound. The tech found a hole in her heart. I remember calling my husband crying, saying, her heart is broken, it's broken. On May 16th, Emily underwent her first open heart surgery. She spent 3.5 months recovering in the ICU. I never, in a million years, thought that I would ever have to utilize the Ronald McDonald House. And I will be the first to admit that I walked past a coin collector several times and didn't drop my change in. Not anymore. We were welcomed with open arms. It was an instant connection, an instant family. To me as a mom, it meant the world that I was able to stay so close to her. And she was never alone. Thank you from the Chapkauskas family.
Gracias.
Thank you from the Davis family.
Thank you from the Vaughn family.
Thank you.
My name is Allie Stroller, and my son, Ethan Barnhart, was diagnosed with leukemia 3 years ago in Columbus at Children's Hospital. During the past 3 years, one of our biggest blessings has been the Ronald McDonald House. We have stayed there 20 and 30 times in the last 3 years. Ethan gets a lumbar puncture once every 3 months, and at one point he was getting them sometimes 3 times a month. It also requires IV chemotherapy. So we decided to break the day up into 2 days where he would get his IV chemotherapy. We would stay the night at the Ronald McDonald House, and then the next day we would wake up and he would get his lumbar puncture. So they've been a huge blessing for us to be able to give him the break of breaking that up into 2 days. My kids absolutely love the Ronald McDonald House. Ethan asks us to stay there every time that we travel to Columbus. It's like a vacation for him. One of the best parts about the Ronald McDonald House is that they try to make the kids feel as much as a normal kid as they can while they're there. They have Lego rooms and they have a play kitchen. When Ethan was diagnosed, the Ronald McDonald House allowed my dad to stay there for 2 weeks while we were admitted on the 12th floor. So they were very concerned about keeping our family close during this hard time, which we are very thankful for. When you're going through something as hard as your child having cancer, it's been great to have a place that has been a soft spot to land for not only us but Ethan as well. It's been an incredible opportunity to be able to stay close to the hospital during this hardship for him. It saved us a lot of traveling. We've gone up there before snowstorms were supposed to come when he needed chemo the next day. They've just been so great to us, and they've welcomed us the same from day one to now. While we've been at the Ronald, there's not only kids with cancer, but there's kids with going through all kinds of things, and we all have one thing in common, and that's the love, the support, and the comfort of the Ronald McDonald House. So when you put your change in at McDonald's, you're truly making a difference. For any donation, all of the families, including mine, we truly appreciate everything.
Josh and Stacy Tilford. Anybody else get tired just watching them do that? I kind of did. Would like to take an opportunity, and I will throughout the evening, to thank the sponsors that make this possible, including People's Bank, McDonald's of Marietta, and we thank them for all that they do for this event. And I would like to ask Lori Strahler to come back out again, and also Memorial Health Systems, obviously. Without the docs, this would be tough to do. But Lori, let's talk a little bit about differences that we have this year. So as I look down here, last year we had one of those, right?
Yes.
And now we have what?
6.
Okay. Please do explain.
Well, we wanted to do more for all their hard work, so this year, and the dancers were very excited, we added a runner-up. So it gave them a little more oomph to get going.
So the doc and the dancer? Or I know they're both dancers, but they both get one.
Right, so besides adding a runner-up, we have the fan favorite, the runner-up, and the mirror ball. And we wanted to also give the instructor a trophy, which we haven't done before, so.
All right, thank you very much. I want you to meet some of our judges tonight. Some of you know, some of you know, some of you don't. I'm going to start with the lovely lady on my right, and that is Jill Tracewell. She is in her 3rd year as a judge. She is the owner of Jill's Dance Center. She was born in London, England, attended Stuart Stagers beginning at age 7. At age 11, she starred in 2 Wimbledon theater pantomimes. At age 16, she moved to the United States, and with all due respect, brought her very sexy accent with her. And she studied under the direction of Newton Cole at West Virginia Dance Theater in Charleston. 1984, she opened Marietta and Vienna studios known as Jill's Dance Center, and continues to be involved with many local charities and events. And we'll see many of her dancers have and will grace this stage in this event. Jill Tracewell. Continue to move to the left of the table, and this is somebody that needs no introduction. It is Mayor Joe Matthews. He is a lifelong resident of Marietta, a Marine Corps veteran, Semper Fi, countless civic affiliations and accolades, including Citizen of the Year, Marietta Firefighter of the Year. Welcome Marietta's current and longest serving mayor in city history, Joe Matthews. And Jill Ruff, she is our newest judge, but a veteran of dance. She has been a dance educator and studio owner for 32 years, so I guess she started at like age 3. She has choreographed and co-directed dozens of musical productions. She coached a nationally ranked high school dance team and choreographed for local high school and college cheerleaders, including Marietta College for the last 3 years. She opened the Marietta Dance Academy in 2001. And she is choreographing Guys and Dolls for Marietta Summer Theater Festival. Welcome, Jill Ruff. So the Guys and Dolls is going to be the first of the new series. I don't know if you saw that announcement last week, but they announced the new series that has like Winona Judd and Hot Rise and Kathy Mattea and Randy Bachman, and so it's pretty cool that they're coming. Oak Ridge Boys tomorrow, next week, I think. And then Scotty McCreery's next month, America, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This place is rocking. But I would also add no more than it is tonight, because I'm, quite frankly, interested in the people that are going to grace the stage tonight. Dr. Kelly Colley and Brian Anderson. Defending champion Dr. Joe Zacharias and Jill Barnes. Your defending People's Choice winner, Dr. Dave Kisiba and Chris Hall. Welcome Dr. Colin Brockett and Amanda Mercer. Dr. Kimberly Huntley and Perry Steve. Dr. Brant Whited and Cassie Swick. Dr. Austin Reel and Trish Coley. Dr. Brad Carmen and Sue Montero. Dr. Renee Caslow and Scott Cooper. So this is the gang that is going to, I'll talk to you guys when you dance, and I'll only ask my defending champion to step up here from last year. Remember what we did? How's it been? Pretty fun?
It's been great. I mean, everything's been going wonderful.
You seem to have your own little fan club out. Everybody seems to have their own fan club. So you're the champion until somebody else is crowned, or until you win again, or until Caslow, right? So obviously, don't Caslow wins. But so anything you want to do? I mean, it's your stage.
I mean, last year, if you remember, we did the selfie, but I did it by myself.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, let's up the game this time.
Hey, let's do a selfie with the crowd in the back, right? Come up here, guys. Ooh, I want 10 of the second one. All right, you guys. Touch up the makeup, tighten up your shoelaces, Hall. And guys, get ready to dance, because it's coming around the corner. I'll call one of you, I'll call two of you in a moment. Get out of here. Here we are, man. Jill, while they're getting ready back there, let me ask you a question. You've done this for 3 years now. So talk a little bit, for maybe the first timers out there, what we've seen, because it's been pretty cool, and then maybe what you expect tonight.
I expect some originality tonight. We've pretty much seen everything the past 2 other years, but I think they really got their game on. And there's a couple of new ones that they're out to win. So remember to scream for them, because you know what, it does make a difference.
Did you put Jill over here for a reason? Because didn't we have like pyrotechnics or something last year? Did you put her closest to dancers on purpose?
I'd rather be over there than here. She is like this here, because I might just drop off the stage here.
That is Jill Tracewell. Mayor Joe, talk a little bit about this place, man. This has come under your watch. What a great venue for this event, and to be able to stand up here, it's pretty cool with all these people out there.
Yeah, this is fantastic, Johnny. I've been all over the United States, various places, and like I said, this theater here, I've seen a lot of theaters which is refurbished like this, but none compared to this People's Bank Theater here. I mean, they've done a fantastic job for the city of Marietta.
And then, what is Semper Fi?
Semper Fi is always faithful.
Always faithful, okay. I like that. And then, were you a dancer in the day? I don't want you to get out here tonight, but.
My favorite dance forever and ever was the twist. And one night I was at a JC dance, and there was a young lady there who said I could not twist with her. And we got out there and twisted for over an hour, and she quit.
That's Mayor Joe. We might get him out here later. Was that at Club Continental? No, don't answer that.
At a JC dance.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. Jill Ruff, talk a little bit about what your So you've done enough of judging and watching dances and all that kind of stuff. Talk a little bit about what you'd be looking for tonight.
Well, from the costumes and the enthusiasm and the various teams that are in the audience for support, excuse me, I am looking for showmanship, maybe not expertise footwork because they're doctors. I'd rather them be more expertise in surgery or, but I am looking for showmanship and entertainment and how they relate to each other in their partnership.
Okay. Now, since you brought it up, they're doctors. Do you know any doctors that maybe would dance with you sometime?
Well, I'll tell you. We went through the beginner program twice and decided it wasn't for us.
Okay.
Yeah. You will never see him on this stage.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Ruff. Keep trying though, brother. All right, I'll pose just to see if your minds are sharp. I'll pose a question and anybody can answer it. It's kind of like a little riddle, all right? So there's this doctor and then there's this bus driver and they both really are hot on this one girl, okay? They're both really hot on this girl. And the bus driver's getting ready to go on vacation for 7 days. And before he leaves, he drops off a bag of 7 apples to the girl. Why would he do that?
An apple a day.
Keeps the doctor away. Oh, I think they're ready. Are you ready? I always love the response when I say this first name. Dr. Kelly Colley. Your 2016 Dancing with the Dogs fan favorite is an oncologist at Memorial Health System Strecker Cancer Center. She's also a Buckeye, earning her medical degree at The Ohio State University, her residency at The Ohio State University College of Medicine, and her fellowship at Arthur G. James Cancer Center at The Ohio State University. Brian Anderson is the office business manager for McDonald's in Marietta. He's the race director of the City of Marietta's half marathon event, an avid fitness nut, trail running lover, and dancing jester. He finds purpose in making others smile and inspired every day by his amazing parents. This is Brian's 3rd year in Dancing with the Docs with his partner, Dr. Colley. Let's take a look at what they've been up to. meet Dr. Kelly Colley and Brian Anderson. That was good. Kelly, you guys are the only 3-time dancers, so what's it like hanging out with this dude over here?
Oh, 3 years of Brian Anderson's a dream come true. I have a very important announcement. This is our breakup tour. Brian has too much talent for one woman. And I need to share him. Is there anybody out there that wants to dance with Brian? One more thing. I have a wonderful striker team out there, and there are some people that worked really hard to get here, and I need to shout out to Kenny Yule, Alicia McIntyre, Jane Benoit, and Linda Kirk. Go Striker!
Well, hello, Gomez. You needed like a screenwrite for that video. That was off the hook. Who did that?
I thought of it in my car on the way home one night. Literally.
And is Landon magic or what?
You can't ask for better than Landon Santini. Thank you, Landon.
Tell me a little bit about the practice and then putting that video together. It seemed like there's a lot of time involved here.
There's a lot of time involved. It slowly morphs from one thing into the next until you feel it's the right mix, and there you go.
And then as a child of the Slinky, I noticed a little Benny Hill music, right? Anybody else notice that? Yeah. I love that clip. Good stuff.
Go ahead.
Let's see what the judges have to say. Yeah, let's just leave it right there. I want to start with Jill. Jill, tell me what you thought about Brian and Kelly.
What a way to start tonight's performance. The video, the costuming, the whole concept is very, very clever. You smiled the whole time, and I absolutely loved it. I'm really impressed. And I know there was a lot of work because I said I don't really care about the feet, but I kind of do. So yeah, you were together. I watched. You were absolutely good. Excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Mayor Joe?
Yeah, I think Brian did great tonight, and Kelly also. Like I said, I've seen them for 2 years now, and they do fantastic work together.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have witnessed you for 2 years before, and this is by far the best time you guys have danced. You've actually connected, it's really very important. But when I watched that video, this kind of shows my age, and it shows that I'm British. But that whole comedy skit came from a British comedian named Benny Hill. Did anybody know that? I mean, when I watched that, my heart skipped a beat. And you know what? That's going to be hard to top on the video when I watch it. You guys were absolutely wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Colley and Brian Anderson. Mayor Joe, if you are in a race, you're in a foot race, and you pass the guy in second place, what place are you in?
Well, I have to be in first.
No, you'd be in second. You pass the guy in second, not the guy in first. All right, I'm going to keep checking though.
Remember one time, Johnny, when you berated me down at the stadium for my son being faster than I was?
Right.
Yeah.
Good answer. You know, the thing about Kelly Colley, she's always kind of finished at the top of her class, and it's bothered me a little bit about the whole doctor thing. I mean, if you think about it, if you finish second, you're like the first loser, right? But if you finish last in medical school, they still call you doctor. It's always kind of thrown me off a little bit. Somebody that not only practices the medical profession and dances pretty darn good is Dr. Joe Zacharias. He is a hospitalist at Marietta Memorial Hospital, completed his medical school at Kasturba Medical College in Bangalore, India, his residency at Jewish Hospital of Cincinnati. Dr. Zacharias has been part of the hospital medicine team for 7 years. Dr. Zacharias and his wife Erin enjoy Marietta with their 3 children, Noah, Luke, and Gabriella. His instructor is Jill Barnes. She is a CMA that has worked for Dr. Hershey and Memorial Health System for 19 years. She is married and has 2 children, Colston and JC. Jill has done various styles of dancing her entire life, including line dancing and teaching Zumba. Let's see what they've been up to.
McDonald Hospital Charities, I've been involved, I've known of them for a long time. In fact, a neighbor of mine and a really close friend of mine has used their facilities already this year. And so I think what they're doing is absolutely amazing.
We didn't really give Joe a lot of choice. My brother helped choreograph the dance, and we just kind of threw it at him because I knew he won last year and we knew he could handle it. So we wanted to give him a variety and something fun to do.
Jill wanted this thing, and I think she picked a perfect combination of songs, and we're gonna rock it.
I think it'll come right down to the wire. I don't know who's gonna win. There's just so much talent in this competition. It's gonna be a great show.
I mean, the 8 other people that are dancing, they have tremendous talent. And so, yeah, it was relatively easier last year. But so this year's going to be a struggle, I know for a fact. But we're going to bring it. We're going to bring it.
You're looking good, brother. Tell me what it's like. Is it a little bit like the Miss America's got to go around and meet all the people, the winner, and you got to go talk to people and do interviews and that? Is that what it's been like?
Kinda. No, not really. Pretty enough.
No, okay. No, talk a little bit about going from one year to the next, different partner, and what it was like.
Jill made it so much easier. It was great. Jill did it all.
So, Jill, you mentioned a little bit about the choreography, so tell me a little bit about that.
My brother helped me with that. He teaches line dancing around the area. And so we just went with it. We just put something together, threw it at him, and he liked it, so it worked out great.
That's great. And then also, what's it like working with this guy?
He's very moody, very difficult, very cranky. No, he's awesome.
Are you gonna use that glove again for something at some point? I like those. Jel, tell me what you thought about Jay-Z and JB.
Who choreographed it again? Oh, he did a great job. It was right on, but it had a few variations, and you know what? You looked great. And you looked great together. And you know what? That streamers scared the crap out of me. But you know what? I loved it. I really did.
What do you think, Jake?
Very good tonight, folks. Hard to beat Michael Jackson, that's without a doubt.
Jill.
Great job. You had the whole production with your backup, zombies with Thriller. Your music editing was great. Your choreography was great. The gloves. Quite the production you were on together. And Johnny, I think the moonwalk on the thing is your next trick.
I need to talk to him a little bit about this. Maybe we'll hook up, you know. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Zacharias. Probably wouldn't be a very good time for a blonde joke now, would it? Somebody said that if you were blonde before you were bald, that you got a pass, you could tell as many blonde jokes as you want. And I was. And I am. So I will. So there's this light-haired lady. She's on a plane that's going to Sydney, Australia. And she walks up from the coach and she sits in the first class. And the flight attendant says, whoa, you're not allowed to sit up here. She says, I'm blonde, I'm beautiful, I'm going to Sydney, Australia, and I'm sitting right here. So she goes up and the flight attendant goes up and tells the co-pilot, the co-pilot says, I'll talk to her. He goes out and says, man, we got your ticket right here and you're actually sitting in economy, seat number 27. And you're not allowed to sit here. She says, I am blonde, I'm beautiful, I'm going to Sydney, Australia, and I'm not leaving this seat. So he goes up and tells the pilot that he might want to radio ahead to Sydney because we have a problem passenger. And he says, did you say she was blonde? He said, yeah. Oh, shoot, my wife's blonde. I speak blonde. Let me go talk to her. So he goes out there and whispers in her ear. She gets up, she goes back into coach, sits down in 27, puts her seatbelt on, and that's that. And the flight attendant and the co-pilot said, what the heck did you say to her? Oh, he said, I just told her that first class wasn't going to Sydney. Your 2017 Dancing with the Doctor's fan favorite was Dr. Devaki Siva. She is a specializing in breast, lung, and gastrointestinal and pancreatic cancers. She received postgraduate training at the University of Cincinnati. Dr. Siva has worked at Strecker for 9 years and enjoys spending quality time with her husband and 2 children. Her dance instructor is Chris Hall. Chris is a native of Marietta and a graduate of The Ohio State University. He is a partner with Hall Financial Advisors in Marietta and Parkersburg. Chris and his wife Kimberly enjoy traveling and spending time with their families, especially children Webb and Bradley. Let's take a look at what they've been up to.
Live from Marietta, Ohio, bringing you A-list celebrity news. I'm your host, ZK. We have just heard that artist ROI has flown into Wood County Airport to meet Dr. Diva Siva Records to strike the latest and hottest deal. Any moment, wait. Yes, he has landed into Wood County. He will be here any moment. Please stay tuned. Live from A-List Entertainment, we have ROI. ROI, why do you want to strike a deal with Dr. Siva Records?
Please, call me Mr. 740. Everybody wants Mr. 740 on their record label. I'm the hottest thing in the MOV. Together, we're going to break records. Today, we're going to make music history. After all, I'm Mr. 740.
No hay nadie que se mueva como ella. La gente me dice que hasta un ciego puede verla. This girl is like, oh my.
ROI, I understand. You want to strike a deal with the Dr. Diva Siva Records? Why?
Please, please, call me Mr. 740. I create the hottest music in the MOV. Of course you're going to want me on your label.
I don't want to dance. But if this record deal gets us a mirror ball trophy again, let's make the deal.
The baddest girl in town. Puerto Rico y Cuba.
Tiene, no vale ni timbales. Estas mujeres dicen sí, sí, si tienes el bling bling y dinero chin chin. Mr. Worldwide, Muhammad and we sing. For all the baddest girls in the world we've seen. And you know she gets down, that's why she's the baddest girl in town. Watch
No
out.
hay nadie que se mueva como ella. La gente me dice que hasta un ciego puede verla. This girl is like, oh my God. Mira, mira, esa chica está que quema. The baddest girl in town. The baddest girl in town.
Todo el mundo sabe que yo no soy santo y todo el mundo sabe que es lo que yo canto. Mami, ya tú sabes jugar, ahora toma una decisión educada. No mami, no soy un hombre normal, no. Para mí la vida es para gozar, para mí la vida es para jugar. So vamos a vivir la vida y disfrutar. Baila, déjame ver cómo tú mueves esa saya. Ella candela, fuego, falla. Mami, got that up three status.
Chris Hall and a Rocky Siva. Hey, no deals up here. Hey, can I call you Diva Siva?
You can.
What do you guys think? Tell me, now you kind of get really jiggy with it. So, do the office workers that you work with know this side of you very well?
Probably not. Even my family doesn't know it.
And then, was there a little collusion with Team One? It seemed like you guys had a little something going on with Team One. Is that right?
Video?
Perhaps not. Okay. All right. Let me ask Chris or Mr. ROI. Tell me a little bit about working with this lovely lady over here. How's it been?
She is over the top, but I will say every practice, she never has that. She brings it, she's absolutely beautiful, and the crowd brings so much out of her, so thank you guys.
And then you guys obviously have a good time together. You're out here for the second year in a row. You're raising money for a really good cause, and that's got a lot to do with this.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Ronald McDonald's house, we get to go to West Virginia, we get to go to Ohio. We're very, very fortunate to be well connected and help be able to raise money for such a worthy cause.
All right. Mayor Joe, what do you think?
I think you guys did a great job tonight. Since you've been practicing a little bit, looks like it's Chris and Dr. Siva, you did a fine job. Thank you.
Jill.
You did a great job. It was so entertaining. I smiled the entire time. I was wanting to get up and dance with you. You look absolutely beautiful, Dr. Siva. That is just stunning. It was just beautiful. Your timing was great. Your choreography was spot on. I love the music selection too.
He just came up with that last minute. This is his Zumba routine.
Dr. D was not supposed to say that.
Thank you, Brian. Jill,
I think the music selection was very, very clever because it also brought in your background and you used that very well. And you know what? You danced very well together, and I think you, the diva Siva, showed up 740 hot stuff. She was absolutely gorgeous. You are gorgeous.
Thank you, Siva. Thank you, Dr. Chris Hall. So, do you guys remember them last year? Does anybody remember them dancing last year? I'm just kind of glad that Mr. ROI kept his clothes on this year. Obviously covering his assets, but it does remind me of a joke. Just a quick one though, and it's a doctor joke, I think. This guy, completely naked, walks into a psychiatrist's office and he's wrapped in cellophane, and the doctor says, well, don't say a word, clearly I can see your nuts. And this might be my last year also. Go out to dinner with Kelly Colley next year. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Colin Brockett. Colin is a fan of dancing like no one is watching. He also sings like no one is listening. And he loves like he's never been hurt. And he lives like this stage is heaven on earth. And for good measure, his hero is Ronald McDonald. His dance partner is Amanda Mercer. She is the owner of Thrive Fit, that is a fitness and wellness studio in Marietta. Amanda is a personal trainer, holistic health coach, triathlete, and coach for the Marietta City Schools. In her spare time, she enjoys cooking, traveling, and dancing. Roll that video.
You know, I used to really enjoy being an ER doctor until I started training with Amanda Mercer here at Thrive Fit about 4 weeks ago, where he had to rope me into this dance competition. Found a new passion in life. I really think fitness instruction is my calling now. Carl, get out here! Carl, get up! Get it, 15 dumbbells through the sky, get it, touch, higher, good for it, yes, Carl, go! This is why I like being a fitness instructor. It really gives you a sense of accomplishment when you see your clients making it somewhere in life.
Ever since Colin and I started practicing, I felt the need to pursue a different calling in my life. Really felt drawn to the ER profession. I'm ready to change lives. I'm so excited. It's time for my first patient ever! Hi, it's so nice to meet you. You're my first patient ever! Well, why don't you go ahead and open up for me?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, nice and wide. Say ah. There you go. I just need you to take some deep breaths for me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. I think I know the problem. You just need to do a few more workouts with the ab roller and I think you're gonna be okay.
Gee whiz, thanks a bunch, Doc.
I know, it's
You're the
great.
best.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Have a good day.
Bye, Dr. Mercer. You're the bee's knees.
Bye, Carl.
That was good. That was good. I think they liked you. Dr. Brockett, she's obviously not skipping leg day. Do you?
I asked Dr. Mercer to really step it up this last 4 months or so. I told her it was going to be tough, but she had no idea.
Tell me about this whole loving like you've never been hurt. Is that hard to do?
It is, you know? I mean, there's a lot of love inside here. We're just trying to spread it out anyway, you know?
Here we go. That's Dr. Colin Rocket. This is Amanda Mercer. Last year it was about leather and grease, and this year you get into a little bit of another good old movie, right? Footloose?
Yeah.
Tell me where that came from.
Well, I asked Colin what kind of music he liked, and he said not hip-hop. I said, well, shoot, how about country? He said, yeah, that sounds good. And I said, okay, well, everyone loves Footloose, so let's do Footloose.
In the video, he looked a little bit, I don't know, like a cross between Candy Powers and Willie Nelson or something like that. But did you have to come up with the get-ups here?
So I said, I'm in control of what we wear tonight, and you have free reign of the video.
Ah, so I think they did a good job, don't you? Did you steal the Mirror Ball trophy from Jay-Z? Did you steal the Mirror Ball trophy? Did I see it in the video?
No, we stole the first year's winners.
Oh, okay. All right. Did she? Because I know the first year winners are right there. Stole it, didn't she? Mayor Joe, what'd you think of these two?
I thought you guys did a fantastic job. The music was great, and your costume just went right with it too. Great job.
Joe.
Everybody loves Footloose. And you know what? I'm thinking I'm looking at a young Ren and a young Ariel. And you guys did so really, really good. You look the part. You are beautifully built, by the way. Gorgeous. You know that you're in fitness. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just now getting to him. You are fabulous. The cartwheel was amazing. Congratulations, I loved it.
I loved it too. Your footwork, it was very intricate. You guys did a great job with the choreography. It was very clever. The setup at the end, the flip over, I was not expecting that. That's really good. And here's your jacket. Congratulations, you guys did a really good job.
So we had a little bit better, as everybody looking forward to warmer weather. I went to Vegas last week. We had a convention. Actually, it was earlier this week. That's why I'm a little off. It was not a good decision. I'm not looking forward to warm weather because I got this full leg wrap tattoo of Kim Kardashian, and you want to see it? No, I guarantee you there will be at least one dude on the way home saying, "You think he really did that?" Last year when it was warmer, I came down right in front of this theater, and there was one of those mimes, and they were doing their famous stuck in a box deal. And so I was the only one that was watching them. And I don't know whether to like laugh at them because they're straight-faced and they're stuck in a box, or like be concerned. So when he finished, I was, number one, relieved that he wasn't really stuck in a box. And then I thought I was playing along, so I took out a fake dollar bill and put it in the box that was there that said tips. He didn't like that at all. Let me introduce you to Dr. Kim Hunkley. She received her undergraduate degree in medical technology at West Virginia University, where she also completed her medical school and internal medicine residency training. She and her husband Eric have a primary care practice together in Marietta. 2 amazing children, Taylor, 19, and Colin, 16, who's here. Her dance partner is Perry Steed. a social ballroom dancer for years. His hobbies include vintage cars and babysitting the grandkids. Let's take a look.
I think it's an amazing organization. Anything that helps out families when there's illness or problems, I think is fantastic. I'm very excited to be a part of it.
I think it's a good organization. A lot of people's affected by it. And it's already a bad situation. You have to be in any way. That way you know there's a motel close. The Ronald McDonald, how to take the stage.
Well, we're doing a samba, and it's a really upbeat song, and it's just a Latin song, and so we're really excited to show you what we have.
Just a good upbeat song, and we want to hope to get the crowd going with it. I hope it turns out well.
He is an amazing guy. I'm so blessed to be paired with him. He's a great teacher, very patient with me, and I would call him the gentleman of the ballroom.
She's a great partner. She works hard. She picks up really quick, which makes my job easy, and we're hoping to do well.
It is stiff competition this year. I have heard what other people are doing. I haven't seen it, but I think everybody is going to put on an amazing show, and hopefully we're going to go home with the mirror ball, though.
We're all here for the same reason. Let's try to do our best, and hopefully we win.
Alegria de colher é cuspir o verão.
I just got to ask you, my wife and I took ballroom dancing lessons from you. How'd that go? Good? I mean, real good. How was she? How was I? You looked better. Yeah, I was a lot better. So. Sorry how that worked out for us, but we appreciate your help on that. What's it like working with Dr. Hunter? Great. Okay, did you choreograph this? Yeah. Okay. YouTube videos. All right, that's good to know. All right, so let me get this straight. I was trying to see this. You were born in West Virginia, you grew up in Pennsylvania, you practice in Ohio, and you live in West Virginia, right? Who do you root for?
West Virginia.
Okay, and then do you actually know the words to that song? Because I couldn't follow those.
No. I think we just basically went by the music. Absolutely. No, I have no idea what it says. Although I think you looked it up and made sure it didn't say anything bad, right? Yeah.
I need to do that if they ask me that. Tell me a little bit about the process. Did you guys just work like a couple hours a week, or how did it go?
2 hours twice a week since the end of February, I'd say. Yeah.
It shows. You guys are great. Really good.
Jill,
Ruff, what do you think?
I thought
thought it was great. It looks like you put a lot more time in it than, it was really good. Your costume, the colors are perfect with the song, the choreography, great job. Thank goodness for YouTube, who knew? And your footwork was spot on. Congratulations, good job.
Very good. Costumes were beautiful, the dance was great, and everything about it was good.
Have you ever taken ballroom before?
12 years ago, one time, and that's it.
Well, I mean, like your footwork was really, really good.
Thank you.
And you know what? Obviously, it takes a great teacher to where you complement together to where you don't know who the professional is and who the doctor is.
Oh, great.
And you know what? I thought that you looked wonderful. The costume color is very complimentary. I thought you did amazing.
Thank you.
Well, I just thought of this joke. There's this, actually it's a true story, I think. But this sweet little old lady, she telephoned the hospital and she said, is there any way that I can find out about a patient? And they said, sure. I mean, do you have a name? Do you have a room number? And she said, yeah, it's Norma Finley in room 302. And the lady on the operator said, let me check for you. So they called up to the 3rd floor and the nurse checked the record and she called back and she said, so the blood work came back and Norma Finley's blood work is perfect, so that's good news. And then while I was looking at it, the doctor came in and said that actually Ms. Finley is going to be discharged on Tuesday. Is this her daughter? And the lady said, no, this is Norma Finley in room 302. They don't tell me crap up here. That was not our hospital. Dr. Brant Whited, originally from Parkersburg. Dr. Whited moved back to the Mid-Ohio Valley in June 2015 to join the Marietta Memorial Hospital as a staff anesthesiologist. He resides in Marietta with his wife Ashley and 2 daughters, Adlin and Evelyn. He and his wife are pursuing their dream of opening a 65,000 square foot facility that will cater to all ages. You might know about that. It's called Movement Fitness, and it plans to open its doors next month, so we're looking forward to that. Partnering tonight with Doc Whited is Cassie Swick. Cassie has danced for Jell Tracewell at Jell's Dance Center, and she started that when she was about 3 years old. She is a registered nurse at the Belpre Emergency Department for Memorial Health System and is pretty stoked about her 2nd year with Dancing with the Docs. Let's take a look.
We see a lot of sick kiddos that really benefit from these resources, so knowing that what we're raising that's going to such a great cause is great.
The charity as a whole is a great opportunity to keep families safe at the time that they need it most while their loved ones are receiving treatment.
It always seems to be more fun and enjoyable for whomever's dancing in the audience when it's really upbeat and fun and you're able just to let loose and just have a good time with it.
We're both tremendous physical specimens and athletes, and we wanted to really showcase that.
Brant, he pleasantly surprised me. He's really musically inclined. His dance moves are pretty sick, so I was surprised by how well he's doing.
All the other people in the competition are really great people. I know all the physicians personally, and they all strive very hard to provide the best service for their patients. And I'm just really excited to see who's 2nd through 9th this year in the competition, so that'll be interesting to see.
I think they all are great and they all have good talent. I think everybody's going to have tricks up their sleeves, but we are too, so just, I guess the best trick will win.
Dirty bit. This is International. Big Mega Radio Smasher.
Had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. And I swear this is true, and I only got
rehearsal. You're holding back on me. I'm going to stay here. I always feel comfortable being out here with a guy whose arms are bigger than my legs. He was actually arm wrestling with Mercer back there to get pumped up for this. Cassie, you're a second year doing this. Talk a little bit about the difference between 1 year and the next.
It was a lot easier this year. I love Dr. Batali, but the right-left was much easier with him.
And is it safe to say that he said, I did a little breakdancing in my day?
Right, yeah, he'll lie to you. He'll say he doesn't like to dance, but he does.
All right, Dr. Whited, I've known you for all of a couple of days. I would imagine that you had a pretty good time in college. Did you have a good time in college? I had a pretty good time. All right. Can we get a doctor? He's bleeding. But no. You looked a little, were you trying to throw the other contenders off? Because in the video, I'm going to just say you looked a little offbeat.
Those were a lot of my dad moves. My daughters enjoy a lot of those moves, so.
Are they both here?
No, they're at home, unfortunately. They're in bed.
All right, we'll show them the video.
All
right. Okay, I want to start with Jill because Jill, I was backstage and I'm watching them dance and then I see you and you're kind of looking out of the corner of your eye like, whoa, where are they going? Threw me off.
Cassie, I expected you to be a good dancer because you studied with Jill, but you, sir, So I heard, I didn't hear you, but I saw you mouth something and you went back with the pants. I thought, uh-oh. It's coming. You do have great musicality. Your rhythm and your booty bopping, you're right on. Good job. Your choreography was really good too. Cassie, your choreography was really good.
Fair, Jim.
Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to take something off too.
How did breakdancing start?
Yeah, do you know how it started?
No.
People stealing hubcaps off of moving cars.
Whiz. Let's move to Jill.
You've got to calm down. Okay. Everybody knows I love Cassie Swick. Cassie's been with me since she was 3. But I've got dips with Jill here. Who's going to hire him first? You know what? We can give you a second job. You're good. Being a doctor ain't all about that. Dancing is.
Dr. Brad White and Cassie Swick. I do want to see him arm wrestle with Amanda Mercer. That could be fun. I'll video that too. How many people are here with their bride? I mean, how many people are married that are here? That's good. Because I married the perfect lady. She's here somewhere tonight. She's thrifty. I've never had to push an elevator button. She pushes it like 15 times. And I've never had to push it once. And then when she's like the printer, if it's not printing, she'll be like, I don't have any printing paper. Yes, but we have 70 copies of the grocery list. She just print. It's not, it doesn't bother me. I'm just worried someday if I'm ever like on a ventilator, she'll be like, this isn't working. Just unplug it and plug it. Just unplug it and plug it. Just unplug it and plug it back in. Tonight's event donations will support Ronald McDonald House, and as fast as the world moves, it is refreshing that the art of dance has given us a platform and a reason to stop and help others. So we thank you for being here for that. Thanks due in part tonight to Marty's Print Shop, it's ironic, Spallon of Marietta, and a Unique Flower and Gift Shop. We thank those sponsors. And just for good measure, I was kidding about my wife. She is Mrs. Right. I just didn't know she was going to be Mrs. Always Right. Maybe you're looking for a place to stay later. Dr. Austin Reel. I think those are illegal. He resides in the Churchtown area with his wife Wendy and their 6 beautiful children. Dr. Reel completed his undergraduate degree at The Ohio State University, as well as his degree for Doctor of Dental Surgery. Dr. Reel founded Family Tree Dental in 2008. His partner is the ever-lovely, ever-lively Trish Coley, who is also Dr. Reel's sister, and fill-in for the person whose foot he broke. I'm kidding. She is a dental assistant at Family Tree Dental and is the stand-in for Leanne Johnson, who is on the injured reserve because of one little practice that went sideways. Roll that video.
Whispering in the trees, it's two sailors and they're all...
Well, I was thrilled to learn that we were dancing for the Ronald McDonald House Charities again this year because I have a dear friend named JP who was born with hypoplastic left heart, and his mother and family lived in a Ronald McDonald House for several months while he went through his heart transplant and healing.
We picked the music Zoot Suit Riot because we're planning on having a riot.
Austin has been highly energetic. He's taught me a lot, and it is going to be so much fun dancing with him on stage.
Leanne Johnson has been an amazing partner. It's been a lot of fun to work out our routine, and I really feel badly about some of those times that I might have dropped her or fallen on her as we tried some of our events, but it's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to dancing with her this year.
I think we have a great cast. We're going to have a lot of fun, but we're in it to win it.
As far as our competition goes, I'm glad that we're all working for the same cause, but if they want to win, they better step it up.
I donated money to Dancing with the Ducks, so if I get sick, my family can stay near me.
I hope we raise a lot of money for little children. Thank you, Ronald McDonald House.
Austin, I want last year about the person who was in the video, not the same person that was here tonight.
I need to call somebody out here, John. Leanne Johnson, come on out. Leanne worked for months with me on that routine, and then I did one of the moves and she broke her foot. So, thankfully my sister was willing to step up and in a week and a half learn the routine.
Trish, was it safe to say you guys had a couple of hoedowns in the living room when you were younger?
We had a whirlwind of fun.
How many dancers are all your family dance?
Yeah, we all dance in the basement or the living room or wherever, so yeah.
Oh, all your family's here tonight? Good. How'd they do it, family? I don't think we're allowed to have horns, are we? I like it. Austin, talk a little bit about being able to have this much fun and with these two people and then turn around and raise the kind of money that you guys are putting up.
When Lori called to ask me if I would participate in Dancing for the Dogs, I have to admit I was a little excited about it. So, and what a wonderful thing to do. I mean, thank all of you for being here this evening. Thank you so much.
Jill Tracewell.
That routine was like packed. Are you tired? Because I tell you, that would be hard for most dancers to get through that. That was wonderful. Great job. And you know what? To step in a week before, oh my goodness. You go, girl.
Very good job, doctor. You're filling tonight too, and it was a wonderful dance, and you really did good. The only trouble is you got a Navy suit on. I'm sorry.
Jill.
This competition just got a little bit harder. I appreciate the genuine, authentic choreography, the steps and the swing that it represented, and for you to step in a week, whatever you had, natural talent in your family, is all I can say. You did a great job. Leanne, if you choreographed that, kudos. Good job.
Leanne, talk a little bit about the choreography. Obviously, you guys got it up to a point, and then did you kind of keep an eye on it?
Yeah, I rehearsed with them quite a few times once I had to step out, but Austin and I worked together to put the steps together, and we just had fun. It was a lot of fun.
Congratulations. The real deal. I would like to thank some important people. David Chichester, so much fun to work with. He's the sound tech. He's doing a good job. Landon Santini, fantastic work with the videos. And I gotta tell you, guys, if anybody needs video work, get a hold of this guy. He'll do a good job for you. Steve Spencer from audio, extreme DJ, and we'll thank him as well. Real quickly, two kids are in a hospital and they're side by side and they're getting ready to go they're in these beds and they're going to their respective surgeries, and one kid looks over at the other and he says, "Hey, what are you in here for?" He's like, "I'm scared to death. It's Tom, I'm getting my tonsils out." The other guy says, the kid said, "You don't need to be afraid of that." And he's like, "I did it when I was 4. I mean, they like give you ice cream and Jell-O. It's a piece of cake. You'll love it." "So what are you here for?" He's like, it's called like a circumcision." And the kid's like, "Oh." He said, "I had that done when I was born. I couldn't walk for a week." Or a year. Maybe it was a year. Dr. Brad Carmen is a native of Marietta. He is a husband to Stephanie of 25 years and a father to Haley and Hayden, both in college. Dr. Carmen has had a general surgical practice in Marietta since 1993. His partner is Sue Montera, a local attorney and dance director for the River City Ballroom Dance Club. She digs cats, gardening, and cutting the rug with her husband Bill Held, and also this quaint, cool, soft shoe doctor that she recently happened upon.
L is for the way you look at me.
I met my wife at Nationwide Children's 26 years ago, and so it's been something near, an organization near and dear to me.
I think it's a wonderful organization. It helps children, it helps families, and I'm honored that they have asked me to come and dance.
This was the song that my wife and I danced to at our wedding 25 and a half years ago. It's a song that we've always held dear to us.
He is dedicated, he is hardworking, he is smart, he's fun. It's been a pleasure working with Dr. Carmen.
I'll be honest, I'm intimidated. They're good, they practice, they're dance instructors, they've done dancing professionally. It's going to be tough.
Oh my, they are fierce, but they are fun. It's going to be a great show.
Two in love can't make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love, I was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love. Love and baby, take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V
Sue, do you know that they invented the hoverboard because people wanted to do what you do naturally?
Wow. I wish I could dance like that on the hoverboard.
No, you don't need a hoverboard, man. She didn't touch the ground. I love it. You're elegant. And I'm talking a little bit about calling up and saying, hey, Dr. Carmen, let's go dance in the gazebo, or whatever the case. Talk a little bit about your practices.
They were fun. Brad is wonderful as far as he's dedicated, and he works very, very, very hard to get the steps right. And he's done a good job. I threw some hard steps at him. They're like more advanced level, not the simple, basic stuff. I threw some hard steps at him, and he pulled it off. So I guess
All right, so every now and again, somebody makes us get out of our comfort zone. Would that fit into this category?
Yeah, absolutely. Believe it or not, I actually enjoy dancing. I know it doesn't look like it. It's not something that comes naturally, but I actually do love it.
Were you that good 25 years ago with Stephanie? Yeah, that was the song, right?
I fed her a bunch of lines to get her to be with me. And I'll admit it here, almost 26 years, I lied to her, bold-faced lies about how our life would be. She is my cheerleader. That song, I didn't know, Sue picked that song. Before we even got together, she said, this is a song I want to do, and I couldn't believe it. Truly, Grace given to us, that was a song. I couldn't have picked a better song to dance to. That's a song that my wife and I have loved, and that's why we picked it for our wedding all those years ago.
That's fantastic. Mayor Joe.
Dr. Carmen and Sue, the dance was great, your costumes are beautiful, and everything was wonderful.
Joe.
I'm trying to choose my first word. Elegant, charismatic, the whole package. Your style, your choreography was very difficult. It really was. The staging, all of the rise and falls. Your frame, Dr. Carmen, I don't think you missed your frame at any point, and I was watching you.
Joe.
I think that ballroom nowadays is very unappreciated, and I think that it takes such technique, and for something to look so beautiful really takes a lot of effort, and I think you glided across the room. And you know what? That takes more than sometimes a hip-hop dance. It just takes so much more than people appreciate, and I thought you were gorgeous.
So I prefer to be called Johnny, and that's for a reason. Some people refer to their toilets as Johns. I never liked that. In fact, I call mine the gym, and that way it sounds a lot more impressive when you wake up every morning and the first thing you do is go to the gym. Our ninth and final contestants, Dr. Renee Caslow. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? Dr. Caslow is a pediatrician employed by Marietta Memorial Hospital and has been practicing for 8 years. She graduated from Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine in 2007, completed her pediatric residency at Nationwide Children's Hospital in 2010. She lives in Marietta with her husband, 2 young daughters, and mother. She enjoys traveling, crafting, and cheering on her daughters at their gymnastic meets. She is dancing with Scott Cooper, who is Scott is a local teacher who actually has danced for 12 years with Kelly School of Dance and Gels Dance Center. He has won regional and national grand champion titles. He's been involved in cheerleading for 34 years and has been a national judge for 15 years with several competition companies. He is pumped, let me tell you, to do what he's going to do right now. Let's take a look at it.
You know, it's just a charity that I've been involved with or have had some contact with for years, and it's just great to be able to give back.
I think it's a great charity. You know, it provides families with so much, and you know, I'm very thankful to have, even in a small way, to have.
So our songs that's just a mix of fun. I mean, who doesn't love DMX?
It's just a song that I think a lot of people could identify with, and because it talks about we're going to party up in here, or we're going to raise the roof up in here, or it's just all about your presentation and just having a good time. She was the perfect partner for me. I don't think, looking at the other 8 groups, would there have been another doctor that I could have had this great rapport with, and it makes it really awesome.
Jay-Z had some moves last year. We're going to have to keep an eye out to see what he's going to bring to the competition this year. And Dr. Colley, I don't know what to tell you, man. 3rd time is a charm. third year's a charm, that's what they've been saying. So she's in a mindset that I can't even understand. So, you know, we're gonna just do our best, and yeah, we're bringing a show, we're bringing our best, and that's all I can say.
Y'all can do now.
Am I the meanest? Oh yeah. Am I the prettiest? Sure. Am I the baddest around this town? Sure.
Well, I wonder if they liked it. Okay, do you know them?
Some of them. They usually don't play me though.
All right, Dr. Caslow, you guys have practice, you've rehearsed, but to do this in front of 900 people is a little different, and you nailed it. So talk about what it feels like. She loves it because it's over. How about this guy? Has he been pretty good to work with?
Absolutely, yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's like the Mid-Ohio Valley celebrity, so he's taking really good care of me.
Scott, I've known you since we were both little, so that makes you not quite as long as I've been around, but talk a little bit about when this started, man. You've been dancing and flipping and doing stuff all your life.
Yeah, it's been a part of my life for 37 years.
Good.
And I just love it. You know, I love my dance. I love my cheerleading. They both have walked hand in hand for me, and I've had some great teachers. And I mean, I don't want to turn this into me praising her, but I am. Because she just is. She really is. I mean, I don't have to say her name. You all know who I'm talking about.
Dr. Caslow, you help people every day, right? You help kids every day. Now you get a chance to help people through this that you'll never see in your lifetime, right? What's that feel like?
It's a great way to actually, you do the same thing and you go to work and you do that every day, and it's cool to break out and be able to continue to help, but in a different way. And I think you've done a great job tonight.
Very good.
God made you for a long time, you're doing good, and I haven't seen you for a while, but I mean, you've been doing this for quite some time, and you've done a great job here tonight. Thank you.
As a judge, I expect the instructors to be good, great, you're excellent, good job. You have so much energy and you've done a great job with your choreography. It was so fun, I smiled the entire time. And Dr. Caslow, you are amazing. You weren't just going the motions and kind of trying to hang on, you were right up there with him. And you're tumbling.
Jill.
Scotty, you still got it. You still got it, brother. You look great. You look great. And I know that you put your heart and soul in every performance that you ever have done. I'm proud of that. And you know what? Now, Dr. Kaslow's with you, and you know what? She's right up there, right with him. You are amazing. You know what? As a pair, perfect. Perfect. You are great.
Dr. Ronald and super duper Scotty Cooper. All right. We're raising money for kids, Ronald McDonald House, and it reminds me of a story, the chicken and the pig. The chicken and the pig were hanging out, and the pig says, man, what can we do to raise money for the kids? Is there something we can do to raise money? And the chicken's like, I got a great idea. Why don't we have a bacon and egg breakfast for them? And the pig's like, wait. That's just a contribution for you, dude. It's like a whole commitment for me. The point I'm trying to make is that everybody, if you're sitting in here tonight, all these dancers, Lori Strawler, stagehands, ushers, you're all chickens. You've all contributed to this event tonight. We're all chickens. Be proud to be a chicken. We're going to take a 20-minute intermission. We're going to tally some votes. Do not go too far from your seat, okay? We're going to be back in 20. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Debbie Rhodes, and Debbie, I want you to talk a little bit. You talked for 3 years in a row, but what a difference over the course of a couple. You know, they said, we'll do it a year and maybe see if it works out.
Yes, you know, Lori called up at the bank and wanted to know if we would be interested in sponsoring an event to raise funds for the Ronald McDonald House, and we were like, sure, why not? And I know the first year it was really good, and we had a pretty full house, but it is amazing to see all of you here tonight. Thank you so much for supporting such a great cause. There's a lot of other ways that all of you can support the theater as well by becoming a sponsor, being a member, sponsoring a seat. So please look into some other ways to be able to help the theater.
All right, Debbie, talk a little bit about People's Bank. I know what a bank does, but how the mission of the bank extends to the community.
So one of our core values is commitment to the communities. And I would tell you that last year our foundation and through our sponsorships gave back over $1 million to the communities we serve. We really believe in giving back to those communities. We're in Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky, have 72 branches across there. And we really want to try to make an impact on the places where we have our banks.
Are you taking any new customers?
Of course we are. So please take a look at what you get at People's Bank. You know, you think of a bank of traditional checking and savings and borrowing, but we also have investments. That's what I do. I manage the trust and investment department. We also have our own insurance company, and we can help folks get their insurance. So come visit us online or at the bank, and we'll see if we can't help you reach your financial goals.
Thank you. That's Debbie Rhodes. And at this time, I'd like to bring out one of last year's dancers representing Memorial Health Systems, Dr. Vivek Abhyankar. All right. So, Vic, number one, talk a little bit about being able to dance. I mean, you're out here this year, you're up here last year. Talk about what that was like.
Sure. So, I like it better out there, but growing up, my dad would have probably summed it up as, Vivek, you're going to be utter failure in dancing. So I took his advice, one and done for me.
All right, and then you work, I'm going to guess you work with most of the people that are gracing this floor, and I'm saying they're off the hook pretty good.
They really were. I mean, granted the physicians are fantastic, but I want to know what they're teaching in dental school.
All right, and then to be able to get up here and do this, obviously the hospital has got to buy in. I mean, there's a lot to this, and you guys step up to the plate, and it's really important.
Well, this is about community. I mean, one of the things you realize with everyone gathered here, this particular charity, Ronald McDonald House, it's an investment in each other. It is really, a charity where you say, hey man, we got your back. It's we're going to take care of you. I have a personal story. My 6-month-old was critically ill, required some care in Greenville, North Carolina, and we used the Ronald McDonald House both out there in Raleigh and then Philadelphia. So it's amazing. You have no idea how important it is for the healing process to have this particular charity involved, and really thankful for it.
Hey, thank you for your contribution, thank you for your story, and thank you for being a cool brother. That is Dr. Vic Abianker, and I would also take this time to, one more time, please welcome to the stage, Josh and Stacy Tilford. Josh and Stacy Tilford, that is fantastic. Would also like to thank They're much more than stagehands, but I've got to tell you, there's so much that happens back there that one of my favorite people in the world from the Wild Wild West in Driggs, Idaho, Dandy Sarah Deutsch backstage. Thank you very much. And also the lovely Marietta Stark. So I want to thank the stagehands. I think they want to be called stagehands. That's kind of cool. Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to ask what's behind that curtain. Could we find out what's behind that curtain, please? Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kelly Colley and Brian Anderson. Dr. Joseph Zacharias and Jill Barnes. Dr. Devaki Siva and Chris Hall. Dr. Colin Rocket and Amanda Mercer. Dr. Kimberly Hunkley and Terry Steve. Dr. Brent Whited and Cassie Swift. Dr. Austin Reel and Trish Coley. Dr. Brad Carmen and Sue Montero. Dr. Renee Caslow and Scott Cooper. Miss Lori Stroller, please do come join me. I would like to talk a little bit about money.
We're counting money.
Okay.
During intermission, we're counting money. But before we tell you the total, I think that we should bring out the representatives from both of the Ronald McDonald House charities from Charleston and Columbus.
Come on out, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I am simply going to ask you your name and where you're from to start, okay?
Lindsay Began from the Central Ohio Ronald McDonald House.
Alexis Donahue from the Ronald McDonald of Central Ohio.
Evan Osborne from Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern West Virginia.
Dwayne Dickens, Ronald McDonald House Charities, Southern West Virginia.
All right. So, first time at People's Bank Theater?
First time, yes. It's beautiful.
What did you think of the dancers?
Oh my gosh, blew me away. It was amazing.
Did you, so you heard about this, did you anticipate what it was going to be like it was?
I mean, I had a good idea, but it met more than my expectations, so it was great. You guys are all so great.
Talk a little bit about the charity, and we've heard some great stories already, Dwight, but maybe just share some thoughts.
Yeah, this it's tremendous to see all these great doctors, dancers come out, spend, I don't know how long it's taken, months. They came out to dedicate to the Ronald McDonald House. Thousands of families will benefit from these from this hard work that they put in. But also, not just them, everyone out here tonight, if it weren't for you, this would not be possible. We were able to come to the first event 3 years ago. And at that time, I said it was the most enjoyable fundraising event that I've ever attended. Well, tonight, I think they eclipsed that. This was incredible. So, thank you all so much.
All right, Lori, do you want to come out and share what they're working with? And you got a couple. You can stand right behind those two gentlemen, or right between them if you want. You make them look better, so that's for sure.
Are you ready for this? We're ready to announce the amount of money raised thanks to all of you and these fabulous doctors and instructors, everybody who had any part in it. I am eternally grateful. This is just a shock. So I'm going to say the amount, then we'll hold up the check. How's that? Because otherwise I'm going to cry.
That is $70,021. Is that heavy?
Yeah.
$70,021. Well done. Thank you very much, Ronald McDonald House. You guys appreciate it very much. All right, now we have some hardware. So look at this, Sarah. Get out here, girl. You've been out there working, so I love it. So you've been in charge of keeping these safe, right?
Exactly.
Something broke back there a little while ago. It scared the heck out of me. What was it? We don't need to talk about it?
Let's not talk about that again.
Keeping the people safe too, other than when Johnny tries to exit on a hoverboard, right?
That's what I was not going to mention.
Oh, thank you. So, talk to me.
Okay, so do we want to know who the fan favorite is, who won the most money? Raised the most money.
So this is the fan favorite who raised the most money. Your defending champions are back here, right here. And so I'm going to get out of the way and let you deliver those to the fan favorites. You're like our little van. You're like our Vanna White.
Yeah, oh, there she goes. She doesn't know. Let me tell you how much they raised. Yeah, Dr. Caslow, Scotty, I'm sorry, you're always Scotty to me. Used to teach Sarah and Mariah when they were 4. Dr. Caslow raised $8,857.
And so now we have, oh yeah, perfect. So now we do the runner-up, and this is the judge voting, correct? All right, anything you guys want to say?
Yes.
It was very close.
It was hard to pick. You guys are all amazing.
I agree.
We had to go with, we looked at the doctor and took that into consideration. The teachers, the dancers were all great. We had to narrow it down by the doctor's performance.
All right, are you going to whisper to me? Because I don't know the answer, so. I know something you don't know. I would add a couple of things quickly before I hand these out. I'm going to encourage you to come up on the stage. It's a great place. If you want pictures with your docs, come on up afterwards. You're more than welcome to. I want to thank, before this gets crazy here in a minute, I want to thank Scott Cantley, Memorial Health Systems. Also, thanks again to Dave Chichester, the entire production crew here at the theater. Brad and Cole, thank you very much, Cole. And the fabulous videographer, Landon Santini, and all the volunteers that make this happen. Thank you very much. And the winner of the 2018 Dancing with the Dogs. I'm the only one that knows, other than the 3 judges. Thank you.
whispering in the trees. It's two cities and they're only pipes and chains and swinging hands. Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Fat cat came to play. Now you can't run fast enough. You best stay away when the pushers come